There are many Malay ghost myths in the modern states of Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and among the Malay diaspora in neighboring Southeast Asian countries. According to traditional Malay lore, the human soul is about the size of a thumb and appears as a miniature form of the body, sarung or casing, in which it resides. Able to fly and quickly flash from one location to another, the soul is often compared to and addressed as if it were a bird. It temporarily leaves the person's body during sleep, trance, and sickness, before departing permanently at death. When the soul leaves the body, it assumes the form of a sort of homunculus, and in this form can feed on the souls of others. At death, the soul usually passes into another person, animal, or plant. The spirit or ghost, usually called the hantu, continues to linger and may be harmful to its survivors. Without further ado, here are the top 5s of the most scariest ghosts in the Malayan folklore. Number 5, the Toyo. Also called the Gwigia, the Toyo is a small child spirit invoked by a dukun, an Indonesian shaman, or pawang, a Malay witch doctor, from a dead human fetus using black magic. These witch doctors will take these small corpses and chop off their heads. Once the heads are collected, they will be dried out and cooked to obtain their corpse oil, while the bones from the bodies are carved to become replacement bodies. People normally associate the appearance of a Toyo with that of a small baby, frequently that of a newborn baby walking naked with a big head, small hands, clouded eyes, and usually greenish skin. It can be seen without the use of magic, though they are unlikely to be spotted casually. Those who did claim to encounter it described its actual appearance to be childlike, a toddler, with green/gray skin, bald, big red, alien-like, eyes, pointy ears, and rows of sharp teeth, and sometimes reported with hairs, like a monkey. Its behavior is more animal-like. It tends to climb on rooftops either to play or prior to entering houses. Although seemingly cunning, Toyos are supposedly not very intelligent. It is said that they are easily deceived by marbles, beans, and sand and strands of garlic hanging on the doorpost or placed on certain parts of the house. The Toyo will start playing with these items until it forgets its task at the intended victim's house. Money placed under mirrors has the potency to ward off Toyos due to a fear of their reflection. Another way to ward off a Toyo is to place some needles under your money, for Toyo are afraid of being hurt by needles. The Toyo can be evoked to work with a human under its own terms. In old village tales, people keep Toyos for selfish but petty gains. They use such spirits for theft, sabotage, and other minor crimes. With special rituals, the Toyo can be made powerful and perform murder. A person who suddenly becomes wealthy without explanation might be suspected of keeping a Toyo. The Toyo is kept in a jar or an urn, and hidden away in a dark place until needed. In return, the master must offer it a cup of milk every morning, a few drops of his own blood, toys, clothings, sweets, biscuits, a black candle and incense accompanied with mantras. A Toyo gets passed down in a family through the generations. This seems to suggest that once you obtain a Toyo, not only are you stuck with it for the rest of your life, but all your descendants will also be condemned to own it. If the Toyo knows that the owner is planning to destroy it, it will make sure that the owner dies together with it. Number 4, Kumkum. The hantu Kumkum is a ghost that has terrorized Malaysian homes for decades with her insatiable hunger for the blood of young girls. It is said that the ghost of the Kumkum during her lifetime is a very beautiful woman, but was never satisfied with her performance. As she grew older and her beauty began to fade, she tried to find a way to restore her beauty. She then consulted with Abama, a Malayan witch doctor, who told her to do the black magic ritual. with that, enabling her to look beautiful forever. The shaman then gave her a potion to drink and told him not to see her own reflection in the mirror for 30 days. However, she feels tormented by the curiosity. Each time she touched her face, her skin feels more smooth and wrinkles begin to disappear. Everyone who met her always said how beautiful she is. On the 29th day, the praises seemed too much and she broke her promise. A little bit, she looked at herself in the mirror. The mirror was then broken as well as the poor woman. In desperation, the woman returned to the Bama and begging him to do something. The Bama said that the only way to restore her beauty is for her to drink the blood from young women. Hence, she is now but a hideous old woman who wears a long, flowing hijab, a traditional Malay headscarf to hide her disfigured face. She had no eyebrows and no nose, except for 2 gaping nostrils where her nose should have been. Her skin was covered in sores and blisters and she had sharp, yellow teeth. She goes from house to house, knock on doors and looking for victims. Because of her facial deformities, she could not pronounce the traditional Muslim greeting, As-salamu alaykum, properly. All she can say is, Ku'um ku'um. Nobody knows how much blood is needed to restore her of her beauty. It is said that the kumkum still haunts the earth until today, continuing to invade terror in order to gain of her beauty back. If you enjoy this video, please do give anomalyTube a huge thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories on the paranormal and the unknown. This is the anomalyTube team, signing out.